How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Conti and Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The first time they go offense, they take Jordan Love? They take Jordan Love!
Listen, Matisse Thybulle will lock up
Matisse
CP3.
Oh my god.
Chris Paul.
Oh my god.
Chris Paul, baby. Right, Will?
Nope, I totally disagree. Look. Welcome back to Conti and Nick.
I drank a beer.
The 1 year.
I drank another beer.
Yup.
3 beers.
What?
4 beers.
What?
5 beers.
What?
6 beers.
What?
7 beers.
What?
8 beers.
What?
9 beers.
That's it. And that's how many picks we're going to be doing in the mock draft. Welcome back to Conti and Nick, where it's the 1 year special. You know,
1 beer.
It's the 1 beer special. The 1 year.
2 year. 3
Not
year.
1, not 2, not 3.
Don't bring up that asshole.
But it made sense.
Doesn't make sense. Nothing with him makes sense.
Okay, Gino. Gino doesn't like LeBron. For
That's
those
an
who didn't know.
understatement.
Yeah,
Understatement of the century.
that is an
At
understatement.
the current time of recording, right now I'm eating a Chipotle burrito.
How is it?
Excellent. Excellent. Nice and
That's
simple.
good.
I don't put anything crazy in there that makes me have to be within 5 feet of the toilet.
Smart.
You know,
That's
nice and
smart.
simple. It fills me up. But you know what? It don't go too crazy, you know?
So I always hear that it's like Chipotle is the one that has you on the toilet, like next to Taco Bell.
Well, it depends on what type of, if you get any sort of hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, I know
Because
that.
I've tried it with hot sauce, and can confirm,
Yeah.
you can't eat it without being within 5 feet of the toilet.
I feel it.
So, sorry to get graphic on you guys.
No, it happens. They had Haitian food night last night.
At Chipotle?
No, at ECC.
Boom, burp.
In the
How
cra-
was it? Did you eat it?
There was like yuca or something. I don't know. It was pretty good.
You
It was
didn't
alright.
even like the cochinas I brought for you last week.
I did not.
It's literally ground chicken and mashed potatoes in like a breadcrumb, like
Yeah.
fried breadcrumb.
I couldn't
That's
get
it.
down. I couldn't get down with it. I
No,
tried.
You took a bite and you go, ah, and you just put it down. And it actually tried
I blame
it.
the no sense of smell. I did.
What? You know what? You just have a get out of jail free card for the rest of your life.
I do.
I tell people, I tell Will all the time, and I tell people this too for those of you who are listening. One day, like Will Nicholson on his deathbed is just gonna be like, boys, I could smell this whole time.
It'll be my last words.
It's all a ruse. And we're all just gonna be around him crying, you know. "Ooh," and he's
My
gonna be
parents thought I was lying when I was younger.
Yeah.
They're like, "What do you mean you can't smell?" And then they took me to a doctor. They're like, "No, you can't."
Yeah, and then Bill Nick just like a couple months ago found like this miraculous explanation. Do
Yeah.
you remember that? I don't even remember what it was.
It was
just
stupid.
like, guys, I think I figured it out.
It's
And then
not
it was
true.
just like we were just like, what?
Bill Nick.
So
Bill Nick is
anyways-
crazy. I think he's listening in today, though. By the way, before we get started, if you want to fill out this form as we go on, we're going to be looking through it progressively because we're doing the mock draft. This is how me and Gino started the first ever episode of Conti and Nick. We're
I
here
know.
48 episodes later, and we've come full circle. This draft is, I think, less hyped, but I'd say it's because it's a defensive draft. And last year was all
to me, that
offense.
means it's more hype.
Exactly.
See,
to the media, though, everyone had a mock draft last year. Everyone.
Hey, so here's the thing, like, I look at this draft, and first of all, it is absolutely crazy that we've come full circle. Episode 1 was this just for last year's prospects.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane to me. But anyways, it's like, you look at this draft, and before we really like get into like the picks, today we're doing 1 through 16. Next week we're going to be doing 17 through 32. So this is the first part of a 2-part series here.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely crazy that I've looked at so many mock drafts, you know, because I want to get the experts, experts'
course,
work.
yeah.
Because more often than not, they have the team's phone number. They know what they're like. They have the intel as to what they want. You know,
Malachi Persaka.
yeah, what they're looking
for sure.
Yeah, Todd. It's that time of year
original.
again.
It is that time of year.
But anyways, like I tried to get a good grip on what exactly is going to happen with the number 1 pick. Nobody has a concrete answer.
No.
You know,
don't.
like, we kind of have one that we think will happen, but at the same time, it is entirely plausible that more than one like, there are potentially, like, 3 to 5 people who could be taken with this number 1 pick.
Absolutely.
And I'd say about 3 of them are likely, 2 of them not so likely, but it is entirely plausible that 5 different people could be in this number 1 pick. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree. It is crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, last year it was a slam dunk. I mean, before the draft even started, okay, or like even we were talking about mock drafts, Trevor Lawrence is going 1. We knew that. Then by the time we were in April, we had pretty much the top 3. I had the top 4, and then it fell off from there pretty much.
Yeah, but as much as they change, as much as things change, the more they stay the same, The Jaguars were the number 1 pick last year. The Jaguars are the number 1 pick this year.
There we go.
So,
the Jets are picking twice in the top 10.
Absolutely.
You know, the very first episode, I made a joke that the Jets can't draft.
Period.
It's period, and it still stands.
Yep.
It still
Well,
absolutely
that's
stands.
not true. Very
They drafted well.
Yeah.
Last year they drafted well. I'll give them that. But yeah, you want to kind of jump into things right here, go into the number 1 overall?
No.
Okay.
All right, so you go.
That'll be it. So
see you later.
the number 1 overall. Actually, you know what? Before that, I want to announce a trade because me and Gino, we said we're gonna do trades, and this one's pretty big, and I do think it'll actually happen before the draft. And look, this is a rough estimate for me, and I really liked running with this whole concept of Detroit trading back. So you know, I'll do my Goodell. And the Detroit Lions will trade back to pick number 5 and number 7, and the Giants will trade up to number 2, getting the number 2 and number 32. The Lions will also get a 2023 second and a 2024 second.
Wow.
Which, don't get me wrong, that's not out of the realm of possibility. It's a very realistic thing that could happen.
So you have the Giants picking second now.
I have the Giants picking second. So.
Shit, all right.
So that was my trade. I'll start with my number 1 overall. We talked about this last week. I have Aiden Hutchinson, edge rusher from Michigan, going number 1 overall. I mean, he's kind of been the slam dunk for a while now, and I've heard Trayvon Walker, and I've heard that the Jags GM likes to take athletic freaks. Well, I agree. Last year I feel like we did the same thing with the 49ers, where we said, he wants Kirk Cousins, Mac Jones is going to go 3. And then they do end up going with the guy who we all thought should go there in Trey Lance. So, yeah, give me Hutchinson here. I think he's going to be really good. And this is what I think the Lions are thinking, too. You know, I think it's Hutch or bust. If they don't get Hutchinson, I think they trade back here. And in this scenario, that's what I'm rolling with.
All right, cool. So, number 1 overall pick. Don't get used to it, folks. We agree. Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, definitely don't get used to it.
Yeah, do not get used to it.
Like, last year, me and Gino didn't do trades, and we just kind of, rolled with what was happening. We did trades this year. This is probably the only one we're going to agree on. I'm not going to lie.
And you know what? I'll be like, hallelujah.
It won't. It literally won't. I guarantee it.
Which, you know what? It's fine. You know, and if you guys have any mock drafts at all, and if you make mock drafts on the Google form, if you had made one just writing it down on a piece of paper or just for your own pleasure.
This year's fun. It's no slam
There's
dunk.
no right or wrong answer.
That's the thing.
Draft. And you know what? Will and I are going to be disagreeing a lot, I feel like, but it's not going to be in the sense of, Nicholson, yeah, great.
What do you do?
Yeah, it's just going to be legitimately.
I will say, my picks are all over the place, but every single one makes sense.
Yeah. And no matter how much we differ, it's never going to be like we said, oh, you suck, Nicholson, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's not how it's going to be. But anyway, so the number 1 overall pick, I have Aiden Hutchinson. And let me just kind of go into this real quick. The only reason I actually have Aiden Hutchinson going at the number 1 pick is because of what the Jaguars did in the offseason and because of what they did last year in the draft, believe it or not. Last year in the draft, in the 3rd round, they picked Walker Little out of Stanford. And you may be saying, well, why would they not pick Evan Neal or Okonwu over a 3rd round pick? Well, over a 3rd round pick. Well, that's because Walker Little didn't play for about 3 years, or 2.5, 3 years before he got drafted. But coming out of high school and playing in his freshman year, he was supposed to be like the next big thing. He was supposed to be the next big tackle. And I think that Jacksonville really doesn't have anything to lose, so they want to bank on his development. And then let's not forget, in the offseason, they signed Cam Robinson and they signed Brandon Scherf. 2 pretty big, sizable contracts for offensive linemen. So in my opinion, I think they've done what they've needed to do in that department, and in their eyes they have. Okay, and if you're all set there in your view, take the slam dunk, take Aiden Hutchinson. Doug Peterson has been known for having great defensive linemen in his time in Philadelphia. He had Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. I wouldn't put Derek Barnett in the great class, but he was good. Okay, so he had didn't he have Malik Jackson for a time too, I believe. All right, I could be tripping, but but anyways, I think that Aiden Hutchinson is a slam dunk number 1 overall pick.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
Please don't take Trayvon Walker. Okay, I understand the upside, I do. But
He's more athletic.
Yes, take Aiden Hutchinson. Please do the right thing, Jacksonville.
I agree. It'll be crazy if they don't, because my mock draft is purely on the Lions being Aiden Hutchinson or bust.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so this is where it gets crazy for me. This is where it gets off the rails where we go to number 2.
Uh-huh.
I have the Giants trading up, and I have them taking Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty, at number 2 overall. I think it's about time they move on from Daniel Jones. And they really like Malik Willis. They've been taking a good look at him. Detroit's kind of been putting up a smoke show, I feel like, talking about Detroit. Might want to get him. But I think this would be a great move because if you're Detroit, you're going to get a haul for this pick, absolutely. And if you are the Giants, I mean, you're going to go up, you're going to get your guy, you move on from Daniel Jones, and maybe you get a couple of those picks back that you're giving up right now to, I don't know, maybe Atlanta. I mean, I think Daniel Jones is probably better than Marcus Mariota, so, you know, we'll see. But I think it's time for them to move on from Daniel Jones and take Malik Willis. The way in last year's draft, the Jets decided they're going to move on from Sam Darnold and move to Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So this is the trade I got. I got Malik Willis number 2.
Cool. So I also have a trade, and
Ooh.
I don't know if you consider this agreeing, but I actually also have Malik Willis
Ooh.
being taken number 2.
I'll take it, yeah.
But it's to a different team, and this is going to be out of left field. You ready?
Yeah.
I have the Atlanta Falcons.
Whoa!
Moving
Whoa!
up to the number 2
All right,
overall
I'm
pick.
down for this.
I didn't do the specifics of the returns like you did.
Okay.
I definitely should have.
I used the PFF maker. It was pretty easy.
So I
Yeah.
essentially, but like, assuming that other stuff would be thrown in, because obviously it would.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just having them swapped for the intents and purposes of this
Yes.
draft. Okay, so I have the Atlanta Falcons coming up and taking Malik Willis.
I like
man.
it. I like
mean,
it.
listen, I like Marcus Mariota as much as the next guy, but we all know we've seen him and we've seen what he can do, and we know that unless it's in a very specific environment, it's not really to winning football games. And yes, you could say he had that playoff win against the Chiefs, but that was pre-Patrick Mahomes. No disrespect to Alex Smith, okay? I think that Arthur Smith, okay, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, being with the Tennessee Titans, almost making it to the Super Bowl, he's not going to take anything less than going for a home run and swinging it. He wants to run that football, okay, and he wants to have a dynamic offense where he can have designed drop run plays for Malik Willis. He can hand it off to Patterson. He can hand it off to anybody really he wants to, okay, and he's going to be dynamic with Kyle Pitts. And I just think that we're going to see a whole different era in Atlanta with Malik Willis there, with Cordell Patterson, when Calvin Ridley comes back next year, okay, and then Kyle Pitts. And I think that they're going to draft some receivers later on. Because this is pretty deep receiver class too. Nothing crazy standouts like a Chase or Jefferson, but a lot of really solid guys who could make some impact. That's why I think they pass on a receiver. They take their guy now, and they make some noise, or at least they try to make some noise. See what Malik can do.
That's a great pick. And as far as Malik Willis goes, he might be the most boom or bust prospect at quarterback we've had in a while. People say he has the ceiling, and even more than Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson, everyone said, had crazy ceiling. Malik Wilson, they're saying, can have the athletic ability of Lamar Jackson with like a Mahomes-esque arm. The way this kid, no, that's his ceiling though. You know what I mean? Like he could be up there. He has an electric arm. If you watched his pro day, and again, pro day, give or take, we talked about this last year, but even him at the combine, I mean, that thing just comes off his arm so naturally, and he's able to just throw bullets down the field.
Yeah, no pads and no linemen.
Sure, absolutely. But even if you watch the film, he did make plays like that, and he's super athletic, like an ultra athletic kid. He's able to make plays outside of the pocket. He's a dynamic runner, and he's got a big arm, so he could be crazy good. Like he could be insanely good. But the accuracy is trouble. He has had trouble going to his like later reads. I say third or fourth. So he's going to have to be worked on, and I think Atlanta would be a great spot for him to land too.
Before his final year at Liberty, he was accused of being real lazy.
Yeah.
He was, and he transferred to Liberty because he wasn't in their plans. He went there because he wanted to be a student of the game, and definitely he improved upon that.
100%.
He improved his knowledge a little bit, but at the same time, that history of laziness, which we'll go over with another prospect pretty soon, is still there. And you know what? I think that Arthur Smith, in a very run-heavy offense, which, of course, coming from the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, they love to do. I mean, I think year one with this kid, you can have a blast with him. Okay, year one, you can have a blast with him. There'll be probably questions about his durability, which I have. It's
going to remind me of Kyler's rookie year.
We'll see.
But when Kyler was like, they lost like so many games, but you were like, okay, like they should keep rolling with him.
Yeah, and I genuinely think that this year you can have some fun with him. Just get the city of Atlanta something to cheer about.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next year you get Ridley back. Hopefully you get some guys next year in the draft and this year in the draft.
Yeah.
Okay, be ready, be excited. I think Atlanta would obviously have to give up a haul, and Detroit would get a big return.
They would.
But I mean, I think it's worth it for especially who I have them taking 8th overall, because that's what the Falcons had.
Love it.
So hell yeah, man.
Love it. All right, so we're gonna move to number 3. Houston, I have them taking Derek Singletary Jr., cornerback from LSU.
Derek Stingley?
Oh, was it Stingley?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
Derek
I wrote it
Stingley.
wrong.
Singletary, the running back for
No,
the
my
Bears.
bad, my bad,
Or
my
the
bad.
Bills. You're good.
My bad.
That
You know
is
what?
a huge reach, bro. Holy
It's a
moly.
pretty big reach. It's
That's
a pretty
a
big
huge reach.
Look, when we talk about LSU corners, I mean, originally I had Kyle Hamilton going there, but I think he falls. I do think he falls. And look, if you're talking about this kid's probably the best corner in the draft, and if you're Houston, I think it's time for you to build on that.
Moly.
Yeah,
He ain't the best corner in the draft.
there's a guy I like more according to draft boards though. He's the best corner in the draft. I have that guy going
he's
next.
not.
Don't you worry.
Not.
He could be. By the way, recapping the
That
thing real
is
quick.
huge.
A lot of people said Hutchinson. People have Tavon Walker and Tibbs going second,
There are two
and a lot of
Tavon
people,
Thibodeaus
and then a good amount of people have Ike Okongwu going third.
going third. That is ridiculous.
I
Holy
know,
moly,
I know.
That is ridiculous.
I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but
A little bit.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, baby.
I could see it happen. If you want to go corner, I mean, he's a pretty safe bet. People have questions about.
No, he's not.
People have questions about Sauce.
He is not. What? There
Yeah.
are no questions.
Oh, there's
about
questions
Sauce.
about
There are
Sauce.
questions about Stingley. Stingley had a great freshman year, and that's it.
If you're Houston,
Oh,
you take
my
the risk with
goodness.
it. You take the risk with it.
Oh no.
Who do you got, Conti?
Ikem Okongwu. At number 3, I have Ikem Okongwu.
That's fair.
Oh my. Well.
Sorry, Conti.
Well, I mean, the Texans are going to get Ikem Okongwu. Let him and Laramie Tunsil are going to be great. Him and
Sure.
Laramie Tunsil are going to be great,
Sure.
man. Like, why would you take Ikem?
Hey,
Why would you take Stingley?
They're a rebuilding team. Go
There's
get a
no
corner.
need.
Go get a corner.
Then take
Go
Sauce.
get an LSU corner,
Then
nonetheless.
Take Sauce if you're going to take a corner.
Hey, big time school, LSU, known for their defense. You go take a corner from there.
Oh, I don't even. At Okongwu, there's a lot of debating, okay, whether or not you go with Iki or you go with Evan Neal.
I don't have Ike going for a while.
I'm perplexed.
by the way.
I'm sorry.
I don't have Ike going for a while.
Oh god.
I don't have him going
I'm
for
perplexed
a
right
minute.
now, man. I'm sorry. But
For a
anyways,
minute.
there's a lot of debate on whether.
Hey, two people agree with me here.
Huh? That's
Yeah,
for the 4th pick.
Yeah, we're on. Oh no,
We're on 3rd.
Still, that's not that much of a reach.
It's a reach.
I don't think it's that much.
Huge reach.
I don't think it's that much. I think he's a great man-to-man corner. I think he'll do great.
Okay. Anyway, I think that Ikem Okongwu definitely will make a great pairing and eventually will be a great replacement for Laramie Tunsil, because I believe next year, unfortunately, they're not going to want to pay Laramie because they're a rebuilding team. They want to save their money all that they can. And I think Ikem Okongwu right now is a good prospect, a really good prospect, can plug and play day one. And at the same time, he has a lot of growth to develop. I think that Ikem Okongwu, 3 people agree with me here for the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, and if Colin Ames was being serious,
He probably would too.
I think he would too. Okay, but I think that Ikem Okongwu, you have a home run here. If you take Evan Neal,
Derek
that's
Stingley,
fine.
baby.
No. If you have Evan Neal, that's fine. Okay, if you have Charles Cross even
with Tunsil, you think they move on from him?
I think next year, after this upcoming season, they move on from Tunsil.
Sure.
So I really
think Ike. People say Ike can play guard too. So
he
I don't
can,
know.
but he's a tackle.
Yeah, he'll probably
He is
end
for
up playing
sure-
right tackle.
He's for
because-
sure a tackle. Put him at right tackle this season. Have him match up with Laramie Tunsil. That'll be a great duo. Okay, then take another lineman later on in the draft, and then see what happens, man. Because I'm excited.
I think they go corner, and I think they go over the
That's
LSU
ridiculous.
corner. But hey,
That's
who knows?
ridiculous.
I feel like this next pick we're gonna agree on. Number 4, the New York Jets. I have them going for Ahmad Gardner, cornerback, Cincinnati. Sauce Gardner. That's who I have going number 4. Tall playmaker. I think if you're the Jets, you need to start really putting in the work on this defense. They get blown out really easily. So I think Sauce is going to be the first piece of that. I have them going Sauce Gardner.
Nope.
Who do you got? Ooh, excuse me. Who do you
I
got?
have the New York Jets taking Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, okay.
I have the
all
Jets
right.
going to number 4, taking Kayvon Thibodeau, solidifying that defensive line, because if you look at the history of the San Francisco 49ers, which Robert Sala's from, they have always had good linemen. The number one criticism of Kayvon Thibodeau was his laziness and was his wanted factor. Okay, who is such a great motivator and who's such a great fiery coach in this league? That'd be Robert Saleh. Who's the players coach that everyone loves to play for? That would be Robert Saleh, other than Dan Campbell, who I love. Okay. Anyway, okay, but I mean, I think with this kid's upside, because let's not forget, this kid was supposed to be the number one overall pick.
He was.
Okay,
yeah.
and I think that definitely the laziness criticism knocked him down a bit. But if you get a fiery guy, somebody he can connect with, and I think that honestly, he could be better than Aiden Hutchinson. He could.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He for sure could. Be
He's,
better than
in
Aiden
my
Hutchinson.
opinion, he's more naturally talented.
I mean, yeah, there's like
Kid's a freak.
Yeah, the physical attributes. I mean, I don't see how you go wrong with this, man.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, I think that Kayvon Thibodeau could be such an impact player for the New York Jets. I really don't see. I don't see the downside here, other than maybe if he just kind of screws off. But
you got 25% of the polls with you, Gino.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
You know what? It's better than nothing. And Elijah McGuire, whatever. But man, I'm perplexed that you took Derek Stingley number 3 overall.
Get over it.
I'm not gonna get over
it.
that. That's ridiculous.
All right, we'll move to number 5. I'm gonna one up you here. I have Detroit taking Kayvon Thibodeau.
Okay.
I for the same reason as you. Yes, the laziness. I feel like Dan Campbell can really get this kid fired up. And if you're Detroit, I mean, you just got this haul from this alleged trade that I just had. You're gonna have the number 5 pick and the number 7. Go get Tibbs. Go get him. I mean, he's super athletic.
And he falls to you essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I say you just go for it. So number 5, Kayvon Thibodeau, edge from Oregon. That's who I got. Gino pretty much has summed it up for me perfectly there. So
yeah. So I mean, I have the number 5. I have the Giants staying put, and I have them taking Evan Neal.
Okay.
I have them taking Evan Neal out of Alabama. Okay. I mean, I think that the way we look at it, Nate Solder has got to go. Okay. Unfortunately, he's probably going to stay just for this season. But if you take Evan Neal, along with when you took Andrew Thomas a few years ago out of Georgia, who was greatly improved, okay, this is Daniel Jones' make or break last chance here. Okay, Brian Daboll is an offensive-minded coach. Okay, he's going to look for that big guy to protect his quarterback. And for now, if you get Andrew Thomas, if you get Evan Neal, and you get Nate Solder, who I'm not a fan of, but those are that's 2 pretty damn good linemen and 1 good mentor just for now. Okay, I think that the Giants have solidifying both of their tackle spots is exactly what they need, exactly what will help Saquon Barkley finally stay healthy. Because really the only thing that they have that's good on that line besides Thomas is Will Hernandez, the guard. And he's pretty good, he's physical, but he's not anything crazy. He's really the only bright spot in that line. Take Evan Neal, pair him with Andrew Thomas and Hernandez, okay, and go crazy, man. Finally let Saquon grow, and let's see if Daniel Jones with some actual protection can make some noise.
That's fair. I mean, I remember saying around this time last year that, Daniel Jones needs to prove it this year. He hasn't. I get it. There was injuries, there was stuff. I think they move on from Daniel Jones, but I understand your logic there. You get to move on to 6?
I am.
All right. So at number 6.
Stingley at 3.
Get over it.
Oh my god.
Get over it.
I can't.
Get over it. He could go that high. He could.
No, he's not gonna.
And if he does, what are you going to say?
Want to make another $5 bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet on it.
$5.
Stingley 3rd.
No, I don't want a guaranteed $5. Okay, I don't want a guaranteed $5.
All right.
If Stingley goes in the top 5, whoever wins $5.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the handshake.
Live Conti Nich bet.
Make it known. The second ever $5 bet on Conti and Nich.
It's here.
If Derek Stingley goes top 5, Will Nicholson will be receiving $5. If he does not, Gino Conti will be receiving $5.
I love it.
Get used to that rule right there.
I love it. Number 6, we have the Carolina Panthers.
Derek Stingley?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Number 6, we have the Carolina Panthers. And look, I'm hearing a lot of quarterback talk here. I'm hearing a lot of QB this, QB that. And you know what? I don't buy it. I don't think they go quarterback, especially not here. I think they can wait till the 2nd round and maybe get Matt Corral, because I've been saying he's going to be a 2nd-round sleeper since the beginning of this draft. So for me, I'm going, in my opinion, who's the best available left. And I know you were high on him, and so am I. I have the Carolina Panthers at number 6, taking Kyle Hamilton at safety from Notre Dame. They just lost Stephon Gilmore. That secondary could use some work. And Kyle Hamilton's a playmaker. He's gotten some random criticism out of nowhere, which I don't really understand. I think this kid, honestly, without the criticism, probably could have gone number 3. I think he drops down to number 6, and I think the Panthers get a great player right in their lap.
I mean, yeah. So honestly, that would be a great pick, and I would love for that to happen. But unfortunately, I think his like you said, that random criticism that he's just received out of nowhere,
It's possible.
does unfortunately bump him down.
It's
And
possible.
like I said, I think that if the Panthers were to do that, that would be great. Okay, their secondary is good.
They still
Actually,
got J.C. Horn there.
they have J.C. Horn,
Absolutely.
they have C.J. Henderson, Jeremy Chin, and Dante Jackson.
Yes.
So getting that second safety, that's an elite secondary.
Use him
in
as
my
like a
opinion.
box corner, honestly. He's a physical kid.
He can.
He's a physical kid. He can
and that's
so
the
do
thing,
that.
He can. You know, so I definitely think that would be a great pick for Carolina, and I would love for that to happen. But unfortunately, I think his criticism has really gotten to the scouts. I'm doing criticism in air quotes because, I mean, realistically, he was probably going to be
He's the third player in the.
He really
he's
could
the
have been a
third
top
best player in the
pick.
draft.
Like, he realistically should be a top
Tibbs,
5 pick.
Hutchinson, Hamilton. Those are my top 3 in the draft.
Yeah, I think he's definitely up there. If not top 3, it's top 5. I don't understand, and like I said, I would love for that to happen. But I have the Panthers taking Trayvon Walker here.
Okay.
Okay,
I
think that the Carolina Panthers are going to take Trayvon Walker because Matt Rule is definitely on the hot seat, and you definitely when you're on the hot seat as a coach and you have the upcoming draft and your QB needing. Usually, I would say, like you said, take the quarterback, but it's not worth it in my opinion.
It's not in this draft.
This high, and you know what? Something that we didn't even mention: Malik Willis at 2 is a reach.
Malik
100%. Willis at
100%.
2 is a reach.
It's 100%
Any
reach.
quarterback in the top 15, in my opinion, would be a reach if things were to go and teams were to be as smart
It's a quarterback-driven
as us.
league. It is.
Yeah.
We talked about
And
it.
you know
People
what,
are going to reach.
A lot of people are high on Kenny Pickett going there.
Yeah.
They're possibly saying that they could go. Malik Willis could go 2, and Kenny Pickett could go 6, which I don't like at all.
No, I don't.
Okay,
either.
I believe
there's way better players in the draft. And last year I was all for it. Quarterbacks were the best players in the draft. Go get them.
Well,
this
when it's
year,
warranted, do it.
Yeah,
when it's warranted, you absolutely do it.
Yeah.
But this year, no. I believe Kenny Pickett is actually going to be better than Malik Willis because he's more pro ready. He definitely has the skills that are better equipped for the NFL game.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But anyways, I have them taking Trayvon Walker because usually you want to hit that home run as a head coach, getting that quarterback and finally saying, "See, I can do my job."
Yeah.
But if there are no quarterbacks that are really worthy of being taken at 6, take the guy who could be a home run at the defensive end position. Because Trayvon Walker, for his greenness, for his raw ability that he has, he could be
crazy.
He could be the best player.
He could be the number 1 overall pick.
Technically, I mean, a lot of people are saying it, and I'm actually kind of worried because I personally believe the hype. When they say the hype, I'm sorry. I believe the smoke, if you will. I do. I believe that they really are pondering, but I don't think that they should. I would definitely take Trayvon Walker here. Hit that home run on the defensive side. Bolster up that defense more than it already is because Carolina actually has a pretty damn good defense. They do.
Pretty good.
They have Brian Burns. They have Shaq Thompson, who's pretty good, and then that secondary is good.
Yep.
Obviously, they lost Hassan Reddick, but they really didn't need him.
And Gilmore.
Yeah, no, Gilmore went to the Colts.
Yeah, no, they still lost.
Oh no, yes, that's right. They lost Gilmore. So I mean, this is a big boomer bust pick. Okay, but Trayvon Walker could be the best thing that happens to this franchise.
Could be.
Or one of the best things that happen to this
He's a great player. I love it. Number 7, I have Detroit picking again from making that trade with the Giants. And I have another reach, and you're probably not going to like it. Actually, I know you're not going to like it, but I'll give my explanation. I have them at number 7, going Drake London, wide receiver out of USC.
I'm not going to make a huge fuss.
Look, and here's my thing with this. Back at USC, Amon-Ra St. Brown also went to USC, and they were a very good duo with him and Drake London. And if you're the Detroit, or if you're the Lions, why not? I mean, he's right there on the board for you. Kid is fast. He has amazing hands. He has very, very good hands. I would love to see him on this team again with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I think you're just building your receiving core, and then eventually you're building up for that quarterback to come in here. So I have Drake London, number 7, going to Detroit.
All right, so I have the New York Giants at number 7. I have them staying put and not going crazy, going to the number 2 overall pick and taking Malik Willis. And this is where I have Sauce Gardner going. Okay, and you look at my notes here. I have like a big list for every player. I don't have a big list for Sauce Gardner because everything that has been said about him is absolutely true.
Dude can ball.
This
Dude
man
can straight up ball.
is the definition of a lockdown corner. Will, you're going to be very surprised at what I have to say about him. because you know how I'm not very very well sold on rookies. How
You're
I'm
not-
just like, oh, give him
you're
time,
not,
give him
yeah.
time, blah 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 blah. How
Yeah.
I'm very patient on him. I look at Sauce Gardner. You ready?
All pro next year.
No,
oh
you're gonna go crazy.
no.
I think that this man has the capabilities to be as good as Darrell Rivas.
Whoa! And I'm reaching. No, he is good. I'll give you that, but that's a little far, Conti.
I think this man
That's a
has
little far.
every capability in this world. There are certain corners that you look at, Will, and I'm telling you, where you just go, you cannot throw on this man.
Yeah.
You can't. And I'm talking very like kind of low tone right now because
That's why I have him going forth.
I'm very very serious when I say this.
Yeah.
I believe that this man could be a Hall of Famer.
Wow, that's a big claim coming for Conti.
I believe that Sauce
That's
Amari
massive.
Gardner-Johnson is just that special of a talent.
All right.
I am so totally beyond impressed with this man. I think that if you're the New York Giants, you haven't had a good corner since Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Screw Janoris Jenkins, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really like him at all. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie was your last good player at the cornerback position that you've had. Please, if Sauce Gardner is there, take Ahmad Johnson.
No.
Do it. I'm telling you, any team that gets him will be lucky. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think this man has the capabilities to be Darrell Rivas level lockdown.
That's fair. I'm a big fan of
Gardner
Sauce
Island.
too.
Sauce Island.
Sauce Island. That's
Sauce
the new
Island.
one. I like it.
Consider me sold.
I like it.
Consider me sold. Are you surprised?
I do. Yeah, this is rare. I've never heard Conti call someone a Hall of Famer. That has.
Before they even get in the
yeah.
league.
That's great. I can't believe it. I mean, that being said, I guess we'll jump to. We'll recap real quick. We've got a little bit of picks. People have Kenny Pickett going to Carolina. Charles Cross, I guess, isn't a bad one too. The tackle. Number 7.
Rashad Jennings again. Call in.
They got a Trevon Walker, Kyle Hamilton, Evan Neal, a couple ones like that. Yeah, so I mean,
That wouldn't be bad.
yeah, that wouldn't be
Evan
awful.
Neal definitely, I think, makes a good amount of sense. Okay, I mean, listen, if you're the Giants and you're able to get Evan Neal and Sauce Gardner,
Yeah,
what's
doing
wrong
great.
with that?
You're doing
Yeah,
great.
I mean, you're thriving, man.
Absolutely.
You're thriving. So we got number 8.
number 8.
Sorry, you have the what was the number 8 pick? Via the Falcons, right?
yes,
So
the
you have the
Falcons.
Falcons staying put, and since I had the Falcons trading up, I have
Okay.
Detroit here. So
Perfect.
you go first.
Okay, so Atlanta, I have staying put here, and I have them taking Ike here. This is where I have them going tackle from NC State. If you're Atlanta, just go for the best available player. I like the idea of them trading up. I think it's unlikely. I think you just get your lockdown tackle. You build for the future. You need every position right now. Might as well go get probably the best tackle in this draft. Go get him. So I have Ike going at number 8.
Cool. So I have here the Detroit Lions picking Jermaine Johnson II.
I like that.
Okay, thank
I
you.
like that.
I mean, Detroit is in desperate need of pass rushers. And yeah, let me tell you something. So Aiden Hutchinson is the slam dunk.
Yes.
Kayvon Thibodeau has the potential to be the slam dunk, and so doesn't Trayvon Walker. But let me tell you something, Jermaine Johnson does too.
He's a beast.
Okay, like, I know we kind of sound like a broken record, but legitimately, every guy that I have being taken here, like, legitimately has the chance to be, like, the best pass rusher out of this class, and Jermaine Johnson is no exception. Now, he has really one great elite year under his belt at FSU when he transferred, but really, I think that he's going to take that pursuit, I think he's going to take that explosiveness that he has, and the good hand placement and the good hand fighting, and I really think that he's going to take Detroit, I wouldn't say to take Detroit to a whole nother level, but I think he's going to make that defense relevant. I do. And when I say relevant, I don't mean like, oh, elite, blah, blah, blah. But I think that he's going to be like, oh, Jesus,
I agree.
Jermaine Johnson. And it's a desperate need for the Detroit Lions. And the way I look at it, you come out with an absolute win because the way I have my mock draft going, you trade back, you get a massive haul. You let Jermaine Johnson, who has the potential to be the best pass rusher in this draft, you have him fall into your lap. If I'm Detroit, I am more than happy with that. Are you a little worried that possibly he's more of a one-hit wonder? Or
He could be. Yeah. He for sure could
But-
be. I think it's a little too early for him.
for Jermaine Johnson?
Yeah, because I'm not going. A lot of people don't have him going in the top 16. I admittedly do. He's going to be picked for me in the next couple. But I think it's a little early for him. But I do like the risk if you're Detroit. I mean, you traded, or no, you didn't trade back. But
Well, yeah, he traded back.
never mind,
Yeah,
he
they had
traded
the
back.
second pick, and I had Atlanta
Yes.
jumping this 2. And then
yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, if you're going for
honestly,
a home run,
I don't see why not. I mean, because listen, too, Trayvon Walker is a boomer bust.
yes.
Okay, in my opinion, if Jermaine Johnson doesn't pan out to everything he was meant to be, he's still going to be solid.
Sure.
The thing with Trayvon is he's either great or he's out of the league. Okay, Jermaine Johnson, like I said, in my opinion, at least has the capabilities to be a pretty damn solid player in the league.
I like it. So we'll go to number 9 here. I think we both have Seattle staying here, right? Okay, so number 9. This is actually, speaking of the devil, this is where I have Trayvon Walker going, the edge from Georgia. Number 9 to Seattle. He just seems like the type of guy that Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks would love. Big, physical, strong. Almost like the DK Metcalf of the defense, I guess. And Gino rolls his eyes at that, but this is the type of guys that Seattle likes. I think you start to rebuild that defense, even though I think the secondaries could still use some help. I think this is a great building block, and I think Pete Carroll would absolutely love if Trayvon Walker fell to their lap right here. That's why I got it number 9.
So at number 9, I have Charles Cross.
Okay.
Number 9, I have Charles Cross. Okay, so the way it was kind of strange when I was going through my mock draft last night. So for those who don't know, like I write a plethora of notes. I have my little composition notebook here, and it's about a little bit over halfway done. I did this over the course of 3 days because it's really thought-provoking doing one of these. In my opinion, I'm really putting genuine and deep thought into doing a mock draft.
Hard.
It's very hard. I struggled tremendously with the 7th pick. Okay, and I didn't really struggle per se with this one, but it was a little strange for me picking Cross because usually the Seahawks have the reputation of taking that project guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They have that, which I kind of actually like the Trayvon Walker pick, but I don't think he's gonna last.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
That's the only reason. So
he could easily go so much earlier.
Yeah.
Really.
So they have the reputation of taking the guy who needs to be developed, and then over the past few years, you see their improvement, or over the next couple of years, you see their improvement. It's weird because Charles Cross is a plug and play, day one ready guy now, but if you look at it, I mean, the NFC wide open. Okay, and regardless of what they do with their quarterback, that run play or that run ability is going to be the emphasis of their game plan, and they're not going to make any noise about it. Charles Cross is good in the pass game. Charles Cross is good in the run game. He's as solid as they come. He's plug and play, and he has the ability to be great. Okay, but at the very least, if nothing else, he is going to be like a 10-plus year veteran in the league. Like, that's just the guy who Charles Cross is. If you lose Dwayne Brown, who was elite for a long time but is getting up there in age, he's 37, this is the guy you want to replace him with. You don't miss a beat in the run game, which is what they are going to go for, regardless if you have Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, whoever. Charles Cross, in my opinion, is a very good pick for the Seattle team.
I love it. We'll go to number 10 here. I have the Jets picking again, and I have the Jets taking the second wide receiver off the board. I have them going Garrett Wilson, who they've been pretty high on, wide receiver from Ohio State. Everyone's saying he's a little bit better than Olave. Olave is fast, and he's that deep threat, but Garrett Wilson's a very, very good route runner. And he's got a feel for the game, and I think his game will translate to the NFL level. And if you're looking at the Jets from what I've drafted, you walk out of here with some serious skill position players. You walk out of here with Sauce Gardner, and you walk out of here with Garrett Wilson, which is massive. You need playmakers on this team. You've gone all in on Zach Wilson at this point. Get rid of Sam Darnold. You're like, okay, Zach Wilson needs to pan out. He has to. So go get him Garrett Wilson. Yeah, it's time to get that kid some weapons and see what he can do. And like I said, Garrett Wilson's going to be a great player, I think. I think he translates to the league very well. Another guy with really good hands. So yeah, 10, wide receiver, Ohio State, Garrett Wilson.
So at the New York Jets, the number 10 position, I think that they're going to take Drake London.
Okay.
And that's where I have Drake London going. So I don't mind Garrett Wilson being taken right there at your spot there. Yeah. But if you look at it, it would kind of be a clutter of the same type of players there in New York.
Sure.
Because you have Elijah Moore, who's a speedster and a pretty decent route runner. You have Braxton Berrios, who's that slot guy. You have Denzel Mims, who they drafted in the second round a couple years ago, who they're still pretty high on. And then if you add Garrett Wilson to that, I feel it'll be kind of the same, kind of similar types of players.
Sure.
But you can't go wrong with Wilson. Drake London is a physical specimen at the wide receiver
6'4",
yes,
jump out of the gym,
exactly.
Go get it.
And that's
great.
He adds a complete different dynamic that opposing defenses will have to account for, because not only do you have the speedsters, not only do you have the quick slot guys, and then the one with pretty high upside, you just have this beast and mountain of a wide receiver. I mean, because you look at it and you have to prepare for possibly 4 or 3 different play styles at the same position. That is going to be an absolute headache. He will be Zach Wilson's best friend. He likes to take shots, so he has a vertical threat and he has a jump ball guy.
Yep.
I mean, to me,
I love it.
you can't go wrong with Drake London. And this is such a Gino take to say. You're gonna laugh and be like, "Yep, that's Gino." He has the ability to be an elite blocker at the wide receiver position.
Yeah.
And you know what? Please do not ever estimate the ability of a wide receiver to block, because if it wasn't for N'Keal Harry, we wouldn't have won against Buffalo.
Oh my
We wouldn't have won
god!
against
Get
Buffalo.
out of here!
Wasn't
You
for N'Keal
don't even
Harry.
justify
If it
that
wasn't for
pick.
N'Keal Harry, we wouldn't. I'm not justifying it.
Okay.
If it wasn't for N'Keal Harry being out there most of the time, we wouldn't have beaten Buffalo in
Oh
that
my
one game.
god! Get out of here,
He was a
Conti.
huge factor.
Sure.
He was.
Anyway,
Your way
I-
of saying, do not
moving
roll
on.
your eyes
I'm
and say
moving
anyway
on.
to me when you have Derek
I'm
Stingley
moving
going
on.
number 3 overall, which is the most
watch it happen.
ridiculous.
What are you gonna do if it happens?
I'll give you $5 because we made a bet.
I love it.
I'll give you $5.
I was so torn, by the way, at this number 10 going Olave or Wilson, because on my board, that's what it comes down to when you're looking at the best wide receivers. Drake London, I do love here. I just think he goes earlier. And honestly, when it comes down to, Olave would be faster and he would be more of a vertical threat. But I think if you have to pick between those two, you go Garrett Wilson here. I think he's going to be really good. And my next pick is the one that I'm for sure the least confident in. This was the hardest one for me. I have no idea what Washington. I have no idea what they're going to do. This is an edge rusher draft, and they really don't need that right now. Because they just get the guy from Jacksonville.
Well, they got Chase Young.
They have Chase Young, and they just got someone from something Allen. No, they didn't
Well,
get
they
him
have
from
Jonathan
Jacksonville.
Allen.
Jonathan Allen.
Jonathan
okay.
Allen, but they
Not
drafted
Josh
him.
Allen from Jack Conti.
Yeah, but they drafted Jonathan Allen, and then they have Darren Payne, who's good.
Yes.
Matt Ioannidis, I believe is his name. He's actually very and severely underrated, and they have Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
So that's a very good defensive
I don't
line.
know, I don't really see them going defense here, especially with what's left. So I have them going Evan Neal, tackle out of Alabama. I mean,
That's
it's
crazy that you
it's
guys are going that high.
it's
Or that
hard.
low.
Yeah, it's hard, but I mean, I have a lot of people taking skill positions here, and Evan Neal, yes, it is low. I mean, if you're Washington and you're looking at my perceived board, I mean, I don't see how you go anywhere else. You get yourself probably the future left tackle, and I really like Evan Neal. He was talked about being the number 1 overall pick, and you get him at 11. So it's the least confident. If I just say one pick for sure won't happen, it's probably this one. Even over the Stingley one, this won't happen. But, I mean, in my crazy world and theory of the Giants trading up, this is what I have happening. Evan Neal, have fun in Washington.
No. Anyway, so for number 11, this is actually where I have Kyle Hamilton going to the Washington Commanders, okay? So in my opinion, I think it's a complete disgrace that he's going to end up going this high.
Or low,
I think,
you mean.
Yeah, low,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah. I think it's a complete disgrace that he's going to be picked this low. When I talked about draft fatigue last week, we kind of briefly went over Kyle Hamilton and how this is going to affect him. By no means should he be outside the top 10.
Absolutely
I
not.
personally don't even
He's
think
been
he
a
should-
dog.
I personally don't think he should be outside the top 5.
I agree.
Okay, and if you look at it, okay, the Washington Commanders, it's so weird to adjust to that.
I
Because
know.
I just got you. I'm sorry. Please
You just got used to the football
don't
team.
cancel me. I was used to Redskins my
Yeah.
whole life. Then I got used to football team.
Yeah.
And now I have
It's
to get
hard.
used to Commanders.
It's hard.
Yeah, I don't like change. Okay, I don't like change. Anyway, I think that Kyle Hamilton is going to help tremendously for this Washington team, because if you look at them, they don't have a lot of holes at all. But one hole or one nitpick you could say is their safety play, and then their secondary play in general. Okay, they don't really have that impact player in the secondary. They thought Landon Collins would be it when they inked him to that huge 5 or 6 year deal. He didn't really pan out. He was solid at best, but that's really it. So they got rid of him. They got that cap off of their books. Pick Kyle Hamilton. This is a guy who can line up multiple positions. He has an insane field vision. Look from sideline to sideline,
Yep.
which kind of sounds basic for a safety, but at the same time, not a lot of people can do it. Not a lot of people can do it, and he has insane range. He can make it from sideline to sideline in an incredible amount of time. And people really criticize him too at one thing because he had a sub 440. Who cares? Look
Kid's
at
an
the tape.
animal.
Look
He
at
is
the
a
tape.
ball hawk.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you can go wrong with Kyle Hamilton.
Look
I'm not
at the
gonna lie.
tape. Look at what this kid can do when there are actually, like games and actual opponents against him,
Yeah.
rather than.
Well, what did he run for 40? I didn't even
it was
see.
post. I don't remember the exact number, but it was.
Did he run like a
over-
4.5?
It was over 4.4.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact number. I'm sorry, but I don't understand how one measly thing one time
Yeah.
Do you know it's just like school.
Watch the tape on him. He's
It's
fast.
just like school. You can do all your homework. You can do everything very well.
You're speaking my language. I'm the worst test taker in
But here's
history.
the test,
like
and you
actually
fail
the
the
worst.
test. And you
Actually
don't
the
even fail
worst.
the test. You just get like a D.
Yeah.
Like a D plus.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, is this really like these scouts should be ashamed of themselves?
You're speaking my language, Conti.
These
Yeah.
scouts should be-
Yeah.
These scouts should be ashamed of themselves.
should.
There's no reason Kyle Hamilton. Listen, the Washington football. Oh my God. The Washington Commanders are gonna get a great player if he falls to them and they take him. But he shouldn't be this low.
I agree.
Draft fatigue is a real thing. It's bullshit.
It
okay, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Maybe the kid should have run faster
Probably.
one time out of all the times in his life that he had to run fast. Sorry. Guess what? Can he tackle?
Yep.
Yeah. Can he pick the ball off? Yep.
Can he play in coverage?
Can he play in coverage?
Can he play
Yep.
man?
Yep. Can he do everything? Yep.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
He is.
And I think he's going to be a very,
This
very
is the
good
nitpick
professional.
I hate. I hate stuff like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, and like with quarterbacks, oh, small hands. Shut up.
That's ridiculous. The Kenny
Shut
Pickett
up.
thing is ridiculous
Shut
too.
up, please. Shut up, please.
Yeah.
Shut up, please.
That's what they said about Joe Burrow. He's got small hands. And do you remember the tweet that Joe Burrow sent after they measured his hand?
I kind of remember.
He went on to Twitter. He said, "I'm sorry to announce that I have to retire from the NFL
Yes,
after
I
I
remember
found
that.
out I have baby
Yes,
hands."
I remember that. But it's ridiculous.
It is.
You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason for it whatsoever. And I don't know. Let's take
It's
a look.
crazy.
What do we have here? 7, 8. So we kind of left off at
Yeah,
7,
yeah,
right?
we left off 7. 8 people have Sauce, and I guess Stingley going here. But, no, we're going to move on from Stingley. 9, Malik Willis. Who was originally picking at 9? Seattle? Yeah, I could see that. Trade back, yeah. So a lot of people have Malik Willis going here.
Which I don't hate.
I don't hate it, but I feel
don't
like they're
think
going
he's
to reach.
last.
No, they're going to reach on
Yeah,
him for
so
sure.
definitely if he falls,
Yeah.
I suppose take him. Okay, but I mean, because really, are you gonna get rid of Russell Wilson just to get somebody who's probably kind of like Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Not in terms of talent, just in terms of play style.
Sure.
Early Russell Wilson, I should say, not later Russell Wilson. But
Yeah.
Anyway, so we did pick number 11. So we got
Yeah.
the 12 of the
And
Minnesota Vikings.
At 10, people at 10 they had wide receiver. They agreed with us, and everyone's all over the place at 11. Nobody knows what the
Roy
Commanders are
Halou.
gonna do.
Oh my God, that's a name. Roy Halou.
I love when we're just scrolling through, and then we just see the call name, little gems.
Calling
in there.
names. You know what? You have not only the best, but the most accurate draft board out
I
of
agree.
everybody who's here.
I absolutely
Roy
agree.
Halou's going 11. Toby Gerhardt's going 12. Justin Forsett is going 13.
I love it. Yeah, we'll jump to Minnesota. I have them here at number 12, taking George Karlaftis, an edge from Purdue.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
oh.
It's up there. It's up
Oh.
there. People are high on this kid, and if you're Minnesota, I mean, might as well go for it. That defense needs to get better. They've had talent. They haven't been able to succeed. They have a new head coach. Go get the kid from Purdue. Go get the edge from
Holy
Purdue.
moly.
It's an edge draft. It's not ridiculous. He goes this
Holy
high.
moly.
Who do you got?
This is where I got Derek Stingley going.
Oh, okay.
This is where I got Derek Stingley going, okay? Like, for all the grief I've given you, Nicholson, okay? Derek Stingley, in his first year, looked like the next big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but first of all, injuries, COVID, and inconsistent play really, really hurt his case. And you know what? I don't think he's going to translate into that great corner. I don't. I think he'll be pretty good. Okay, he's a good tackler, and that doesn't change. You know, that's pretty. I wouldn't say that's rare, but it's uncommon for a corner to be a good tackler.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely he has a spot in the league if that's what his biggest strength is. Okay, he's a decent coverage guy, but at the same time, like I said, after his freshman year, which really concerns me, when your 1 year that's been highlighted as great is your first year, especially when you can come out of the NFL as a junior or a senior,
Yeah.
that's
It's
concerning.
hard.
This is a huge boomer bust, but the one upside and the one reason why I have Minnesota taking him here is because Patrick Peterson's there. And who else, if you have a boomer bust guy, would you want teaching than an 11-year veteran?
Yeah.
A multi-time Pro Bowler, a multi-time All-Pro.
It's a good pick.
Who else would you want?
I like it.
I mean, Patrick Peterson, in my opinion, is the only hope Derek Stingley has. At
I don't
being
think
good.
Stingley goes that far, but, you know.
You know, well, you might be the only one.
Dude, like I said, no one has the same draft. Like, literally nobody.
Nobody has Derek Stingley going that high either.
I don't know. You'd be surprised.
Oh,
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I want to be like who, but you're not going to have an answer. So.
I won't.
Exactly! Exactly! My point! Prove it!
Hey, it could still happen. You never know. It's the draft. Anything can happen.
It's all right. Yeah, you know what? The world could blow up tomorrow. Too.
It could. And we never know.
No, yeah, I mean that's actually not that bad of a statement. I won't get into it. But anyways, this is where I have Derek Stingley going. I think that he's going to be a high upside player, or he can be a high upside player if he sits in that classroom, that boardroom, and listens to everything Patrick Peterson has to say.
Sure.
That's it. The Minnesota Vikings have been devoid of any secondary besides Harrison Smith for a long time. So, I mean, take Derek Stingley, take a shot. You know, we'll see.
Yeah, all right. So we'll go to 13. I have Houston again, and I have them taking Devontae Wyatt, defensive lineman from Georgia. Kid's an animal. He's just a run stopper. And I think he'll help Houston out. Like I said, Houston is really going to need to go for the boomer bust guys, hence Derek Stingley. And this kid, I think he's more safe, but I think he's a good pick at where he's at right here. I think he'll be, I don't want to say Vita Vea because no one's really him, but he's a good run stopper. I like him here.
Yeah. So I have at number 13 pick, with the exception of the Malik Willis going number 2 to the Falcons. I think this is I'd say most controversial pick. Are you ready?
Are you about to go quarterback?
No.
Okay.
I have them taking Trevor Penning.
Okay.
Northern Iowa offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And you know what? You might be
You
saying,
scared me for a second.
No
way Gino goes 2 quarterbacks in this draft.
So in 2018, I believe it was, the Atlanta Falcons did actually a very, underrated move, and they took 2 offensive linemen in the first round, which you really don't see. And you know what? The picks themselves were solid. They weren't superstars. It was McGarry and Lindstrom. Okay, one of them out of Boston College. I forget where the other one was. But at the same time, they're both consistent starters in the league, and they're both pretty decent players. Okay, Trevor Penning has that upside to be an elite level tackle. You get rid of Laramie Tunsil after this season, you'll have Trevor Penning and you'll have Ikem Ekwonu. I mean, in my opinion, when you make it clear that you went all in on the offense, because that's what they did last year. They picked Davis Mills, then they picked Nico Collins, and then they picked Brevin Jordan. They're making no secret about the fact that they want to go and support Davis Mills and go heavy on offense. Absolutely. The way I look at it, Lovie Smith, an old school guy, an old school coach, you take the guy who's guaranteed to do good in Ikem, but then you take the project in Trevor Penning. He is a mountain of a man. He's an absolute mountain of a man. Okay, and like I said, especially with an old school guy who has such an emphasis on fundamentals, because that's how the old heads are, and I love it. Okay, his biggest thing is sometimes he just doesn't really have a lot of mobility, and sometimes he doesn't have, sometimes when he gets beat, he holds.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
Davis Mills isn't a runner. Just stick him there.
Yeah.
Stick him there and say block.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So if you get beat because of your lack of mobility, Lovie Smith is an old school guy. He'll get your ass in shape. Okay, and then if you hold, they'll definitely coach up the technique. Lovie Smith will. They'll make that a complete emphasis. Go all in on, because that's what they're doing. Okay, with their last 2 drafts, they've made it nothing but clear that they want to help out Davis Mills, because I actually think that Davis Mills is going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I actually like him a lot. His play impressed me.
Gino just likes him because he didn't have the hype. That's it.
Nah, Trevor Penning, man.
If Davis Mills went second, you would have been like,
oh, you're talking Davis Mills?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Trevor Penning.
No.
Oh, no. So Trevor Penning had some hype, but a lot of people have him more towards the high teens or the early 20s.
He's from? He's from a random
Northern Iowa.
Right? Yeah.
Northern Iowa. So I mean, it is lower level competition. It's definitely a little bit of a reach. I will admit that. So I'm not too comfortable in saying this, especially when you take 2 offensive linemen with the 3rd and the 13th pick. But I definitely think with what they've done with their track record over the last couple of years, they've made it no secret they're going all in on offense. Take the guaranteed hit and then take the project. Get rid of Tunsil so you don't have to pay, and then pay for defense next year.
I like it. I don't actually hate that pick. I think he's going to be good. At number 14, you talked about him already, but I have the Baltimore Ravens selecting Jermaine Johnson, defensive end from Florida State. You pretty much covered him. I mean, he's going to be in the league for a while. He just seems like a Raven, you know what I mean? He feels like kind of Judon 2.0 to me, where it's, okay, you have a guy who's going to be in the league for a while. He's going to ball. I mean, you pretty much, nail on that, or head on the nail right there. Just he's going to be in the league for a while. I completely agree. And I think he does go this side. A lot of people have him going later. But I think, his upside isn't crazy, but we know what Jermaine Johnson's going to be. He's going to be a solid defensive end.
Well, I think Jermaine Johnson has the ability to be the best pass rusher in the draft.
Sure.
and like they really all do. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Karlaftis has because he's more
Probably
like
not Karlaftis.
he's like this is gonna sound weird. He's like the Mac Jones of defensive ends. Do you know what I mean? George Karlaftis is like the Mac Jones of defensive ends.
I love it.
So I mean, that's really what it is. So, but anyways, you have this is where you have Jermaine Johnson going,
Yes.
which I don't hate.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't hate, but if you look at it too, I mean,
He could easily go earlier too.
he could, and a lot of teams like they reach for that defensive end.
Yeah.
Okay, they reach for the quarterback, and sometimes they'll reach for the receiver. Those impact spots are where teams reach for. So that's why I think Jermaine Johnson's going to go this low or that high. But anyways, for the number 14th, I have the Baltimore Ravens going, and obviously I have them taking Jordan Davis here, the big defensive tackle out of Georgia.
I like it. I like
this
it.
is where I have, and you know what, like kind of what you said about Jermaine Johnson. He just seems like that Ravens pick.
Yeah.
This is what I think, and
I agree. I like
I'm
that.
gonna kind of mirror a little things I said about Trevor Penning. Coaching is the biggest strength of that Baltimore Ravens team.
Yeah.
They have a
Especially on defense.
Yes, I mean, look at what they did last year. They took defensive end Adafe Owe in the first round out of Penn State. He was a guy coming out of college who had 0 sacks in his first NFL game, and I believe in one of his first ever NFL snaps, got a sack.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy. These are people who take these picks and just they draft great. They're consistent, very good drafters, and I think that Jordan Davis is a very good pick. I mean, he's a big mountain of a man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, his big concerns are like
weight, right? People are concerned about his weight.
People are concerned about his weight. If he's in shape, don't have to worry about that if he goes to the Ravens.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
not.
they're gonna get his ass in shape.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna make him a 3-down player. And you know what? They re-signed Calais Campbell, who's 36 years old, multi-time Pro Bowler, a Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. Which you may be saying, oh, what? That's a huge honor for an NFL player.
Absolutely.
It is. It's a huge, huge honor in NFL inner circles. I think that Calais Campbell is the perfect guy to train this guy up. Okay, so next year, you have Jordan Davis, Calais Campbell, Adafe Owe, and Patrick Queen, who's more of a linebacker, but still you get my point. Year 1, I think he's going to be good. Year 2, I think he's going to be great. I think that this is a great value pick that falls right into the laps of the Ravens. It's exactly what they want to do and their type of guy to get. Get Jordan Davis, I think he'll be happy.
I'll throw my spoiler in there. I do not have Jordan Davis being picked today.
Damn.
I don't.
Next week,
I don't.
do you?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Next week, he's not gonna fall from into the second round. I don't
All right. Thank God.
So we'll move to what were we at 15 with the Eagles. So here is I think this is the first linebacker I have going, but I have Devin Lloyd from Utah going right here to Philly. It's hard. I don't really know what Philly's going to do. I think they could definitely use a good linebacker on defense. I think Devin Lloyd has a good amount of upside. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about with this pick. I think he's going to be the right fit here. I see a lot of people talking that Philly could be looking linebacker since a lot of edge rushers are going to go. You're going to have a lot of linebackers available. Devin Lloyd, I've pretty much been told, is the best in this class. So
the Kobe Dean's good too.
The Kobe Dean is very good too. I have him going to a very good team next time we do this too next week. But Devin Lloyd is the guy that I've heard at least that's probably going to go the highest of linebackers. Really seems like they could use it, so I'm going to go Devin Lloyd for Utah here.
Cool. So this is actually where I have at number 15 the Eagles. This is where I have Garrett Wilson going.
Okay.
And you know what? So this is a guy where I
actually like that.
Thank you. Yeah,
that's a good pick.
Thank you.
Now I think about Devontae Smith. That's good.
I think it's a little crazy. Okay, because I don't think that that Garrett Wilson's gonna fall this
probably not.
This high. Okay,
but if he does, I love it.
Yeah, offense. Teams are horny for offense. Okay, but in the Philadelphia Eagles offense, that what Nick Sirianni did, they were built to just take the easy read. It's a run heavy offense. They make no secret about it. And it will be kind of nuts because I think this was 3 years in a row they take a first round receiver.
Yeah.
Jalen Reagor, then Devontae Smith, and then Garrett Wilson. Okay, so it is neglecting the defensive side of the ball a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a
little
bit. But if
they're like the opposite of the Packers.
Yeah.
They want wide receivers, they're not gonna get them.
But I mean, if you look at it, I definitely think that they signed Hassan Reddick to a big deal, and I'm not a big fan of it. I gave Philly an F when we did the offseason grades. But if he is an impact player, I mean, they get their guy. They have Fletcher Cox, who's older, but still good. Brandon Graham is older, but still good. Okay, so they do have some impact guys there and guys that can make some plays. I think that Garrett Wilson is a very polished route runner, which is exactly for such a precision
Probably
offense.
the best in this class,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'd say one of the best route runners. I mean, he has the good mix of speed and size.
Yep.
Okay, he's not the biggest like Drake London, but he has both attributes which teams are looking for. And definitely, I think that he's a good deep threat as well, which I don't know how much will be utilized in the Eagles offense, but I mean, there's an option now. You know what I mean? Because Lord knows that Jalen Reagor's not doing shit.
No, he's not.
Okay, and Devontae Smith is good.
Yeah.
He's actually very good.
He's your deep threat, though. He's fat. You could easily stick Wilson in the slot, in my opinion. He'll thrive.
Yeah,
Kid's a great route runner.
Quatez Watkins.
He was pretty good this year, too.
Quatez Watkins is pretty good as well. So if you get
He's
that,
fast.
Yes, exactly. And if you get that trio of wide receivers, I mean, in such like a pinpoint accurate offense where they make the reads easy, I mean, when you have such a great route runner, that makes making your reads so easy because he's going to be Garrett Wilson, exactly where the playbook says he's going to be. There's no confusion for Jalen Hurts, nothing at all. And I think that makes his job even easier. And the Philadelphia Eagles will be going back to the playoffs. And definitely Garrett Wilson will help out with that.
I like it. You know, we're gonna
We got 16.
we're gonna move to 16 and
Oh Jesus
look,
Christ.
we have the New Orleans Saints here. Wanted to be on Deshaun Watson, didn't end up getting him, and they need that next guy. They need that next quarterback. And you might be asking, Will, who do you have? I keep on wanting to say the Pelicans. I don't know why, but who do you have the Saints?
Playoff basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Who do you have the Saints taking? Do you have them going Kenny Pickett? No. Do you have them going Matt Corral? No. At number 16, I have the New Orleans Saints going Desmond Ridder, quarterback out of Cincinnati. And Gino is in distress. Look, they're looking for a new guy here.
You know, forget what I said at the beginning of the podcast when I said there's no wrong answer.
You don't like it? You're not a fan? I think Kenny Pickett falls. I think people are really buying into the small hands.
I'm gonna cry.
People are really buying into it. Desmond Ridder, athletic dude. I mean, maybe the Saints finally get that type of dual threat quarterback. This could be a reach for them. It could, but you know, like I said, anything can happen in this draft. I told you no one's gonna have the same draft as me. No one will. Desmond Ridder or Ridder. I don't even know you.
Say it right, Ridder.
It's Ridder. Okay, Desmond Ridder,
care.
quarterback, Cincinnati, not state champion. National champion.
I'm gonna cry.
He's a national champion QB. You're just mad another quarterback got taken.
Not even. You didn't
right.
take. How do you not take Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna like the dual threat more of Ridder.
Especially from a defensive coordinator, he's gonna want a pro-ready quarterback, and that's Kenny Pickett.
I don't know. I think he falls. It was a toss-up. I will say it's a toss-up. I think that Desmond Ridder could be better than Kenny Pickett. I think he has a higher ceiling.
Anyone could be better than anyone. Anyone could be better than... Anyways, okay. I actually don't have the New Orleans Saints picking here. I'm projecting a trade.
Ooh.
Okay, and the Pittsburgh Steelers...
I knew it! I was about to say, and I'm going to call
What?
it because I know exactly what's going to be. You have Pittsburgh trading up to take Kenny Pickett. 100%, because that is a Gino Conti trade. I was literally about to say, if he picks no one, the Steelers are trading up and taking Kenny Pickett.
You ready?
Yeah.
I have the Pittsburgh Steelers trading up from 20.
Okay.
Okay, so there'd be a swap, and they're going to take cornerback.
No!
Fooled you.
No!
Trent McDuffie.
No! If mine is outlandish, you have... Oh my god,
How
Conti.
is that outlandish?
Conti!
How is that outlandish?
They need a quarterback!
What's wrong with Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch for a year, but you first of all, you don't even have them staying. You have them trading up to take a corner.
Yeah.
No.
Because Trent McDuffie is not even supposed to fall this far, in my opinion. I don't think Trent McDuffie's gonna last to 16.
This is the difference in opinion. I have them staying where they are and taking like a risk on a quarterback. Gino has to trade up to go take a corner. We're a team that probably is gonna need a quarterback.
Trent McDuffie isn't supposed to last to 16.
I don't know, Conti.
He's not. I mean, listen, he's a bit on the shorter side. He's 5'11", but his explosiveness, his physicality, his ability to break to the ball, Trent McDuffie is a great cornerback.
Just when I thought I had Conti figured out, because this is a Conti thing to do. Like, wait till the last pick of the day and go, oh, they're gonna trade up and get a quarterback. I literally thought I had
listen
you.
to me. I'm listening. Okay, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost Joe Hayden, or they haven't re-signed him yet. Joe Hayden was
He's gonna get re-signed.
Joe Hayden, we don't know that.
Okay.
Joe Hayden was the #1 cornerback on that team in a fairly weak secondary. Steven Nelson can't do it by himself. Joe Hayden, if the Steelers really wanted him that bad, they would have re-signed him. But he's old. and doesn't really have the capability of just being that number one guy for that much longer, if anymore, take Trent McDuffie. I mean, listen, that Steelers defense is legit. That Steelers defense is ready to win now. The defense is ready to win now.
Sure.
Okay, I mean, Mitch Trubisky, he can't be that much worse than Ben Roethlisberger was last year, right?
I mean,
Right?
he could. Mitch is a turnover machine. He could. But like I said, I like
don't
Mitch.
anticipate it.
Yeah.
I don't anticipate it in the least
sure.
bit. In fact, I think he's going to be a little bit better. This is such a Pittsburgh Steelers pick because they take the guy who can make a day one ready, and they have a history. You know the Steelers are steel curtain. They're physical as hell.
Yeah.
Put that headset down. We ain't done yet.
Oh no, I'm just right.
Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, but this is a Pittsburgh Steelers pick. This is a Mike Tomlin pick all the way through and through. They want to take the
Tomlin
physical
doesn't
guy.
seem like the guy who's going to trade up to take a corner though.
Why not?
I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's going to do like.
But if it's a pick to their identity, which McDuffie certainly is, listen. If you just close your eyes and you don't know who Trent McDuffie is, like if you
just pretend if we all go to Gino Land for a second,
if you didn't know that he was a rookie and he was just a 5-year veteran, doesn't Trent McDuffie just sound like a guy who's a corner on the Pittsburgh Steelers? It's a shoo-in fit.
This is the best Conti argument I've ever heard.
Doesn't he just sound?
If you close your eyes and pretend that he's a vet, McDuffie sounds like a Steelers corner.
He does.
It's hilarious, but it's not that far off.
It's true. It's true.
I muted the mic.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Have we been going live?
No.
Oh, oh my god, you just gave me a fucking heart attack.
No. When I accidentally laughed and I hit the headset, it hit like that, and it muted the mic.
Oh my god. But Will was geeking out.
I was laughing very much. I can't wait to go back and watch it because it's me just laughing and then silence. No, but that is the funniest argument I've ever heard for someone drafting ever. If you close your eyes and you pretend he's a 5-year vet, he sounds like he would be a Steelers corner. I love it. I love that so much. That's great.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I guess I kind of get what you're saying.
Thank you. I mean, listen. I mean, that's 1 through 16. I mean, McDuffie is a great player. He's going to be great, and I'm very excited for his future with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, I mean, if you were to close your eyes and envision, just envision.
There's one guy who needs to be at the top of every draft board.
Was the greatest player in the history of the NFL. If he was just a veteran, I bet you it sounds like a Hall of Famer. And that guy's name is
John Bro! Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 1 year.
Yes, sir.